EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Tonight on Sunday Night Primetime, it's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Seattle Seahawks. With my partner, Greg Olson, I'm Mike Tirico. We are just about set to kick it off. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. At their own 23-yard line. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick, Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Motion.
To throw right away, here's Milrow. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. That one good for 26 yards.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
That one thrown behind his target, and it'll be incomplete.
It seems like there was some miscommunication that time. They clearly weren't on the same page. That's something that they've got to get on the sideline and get corrected as soon as possible, because I think they just missed out on what could have been a big play.
On 2nd down, Milrow forced to his right. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. That's number 40 on the season for him.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
Mustang 19. Ready.
Throwing again, it's Milrow. A throw behind his man, can't reel it back in. And that'll go down as an incompletion.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he won't quite make it to the pylon, but he's out of bounds right around the 1-yard line. A big play for Seattle, 37 yards. This has been a solid opening drive, knocking on the door, 1st and goal. It is brought in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. Touchdown, number 9 for the year. Now Jake Bates on for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Seahawks will take a 7-0 lead. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. He'll look to throw. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Protecting the ball anytime you throw the ball in the middle of the field is obviously critical, right? That's where tip passes, that's where all sorts of stuff happens when you put the ball in harm's way. But you also have to protect your receivers. There's a bit of a trust back and forth with the receiver saying, hey, I'm willing to go across the middle and compete for the ball. But now you're my eyes. You have to protect me and make sure that the location of the ball doesn't run me into a big hit.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. Trying to make a play out of the pocket. Couldn't do it. It's intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, that's the fast start they talked about all week, Mike. You come out, you take the immediate lead with your opening drive. Your defense goes out there, they force a turnover early. All these plays allow you to just keep stacking momentum early in this ball game. This game is far from over, but anytime you get out to a start like this, it is a lot harder for your opponent to back that.
And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. They've got it. It'll be 1st and goal after a pickup of 21.
Sudden change, so you find yourself defensively a little bit on your heels. Your offense just turned the ball over, and now you've got to go out and make a stand. Well, so far this offense has moved the ball pretty quickly, but can they dig in and at least force a field goal?
Ready? 60 by 50.
Now Milrow. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal.
Let's go now.
From the shotgun, it's Milrow. That one taken in. Touchdown Seahawks. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. What an opening quarter he is having. Greg, that is 2 touchdown receptions here in the 1st quarter.
Mike, all this guy has to do is keep this pace up, and he's going to have himself 8 touchdowns. But in all seriousness, if I'm this quarterback, I'm not looking anywhere else until this defense proves they have an answer. Because right now, they don't have one.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
First carry for Saquon Barkley. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Once again, it's Barkley. And this tackle there, he pushes forward, and will give him 4 yards.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. At the 46.
the 45 for 2nd and 5. That's going to be intercepted. Inside the 20. And they extend the lead. The defense joining the party. A pick 6 for a touchdown. Greg, they are extending this lead out.
Yeah, now you've just seen both sides just make their impact felt here in the first half. The offense has done their part, and now it's the defense that is able to capitalize on the turnover and take it all the way back for the pick 6.
This one taken at the 7. He's across the 20s to the 21. That's where the drive will begin.
1-yard line.
On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
And this time they are ready for it. Throw for a loss. And it's 2nd down.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll look to throw. He'll get this out wide. And he'll be out of bounds after a gain of 9. They'll go about trying to convert on 3rd down.
In a lot of offenses, Mike, these quick passes to the wide receivers really fall under the run category. Of course, they're going to go down as a forward pass, but to a lot of offensive coordinators in the league, it's a lot easier to pick up 1st and 2nd down yardage on these quicks than it is to turn around and hand it off to your running back and count on blocking everybody.
The backfield empty here for 3rd and 2. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he's across midfield, and more importantly, he's got the first down at the 49-yard line.
I like that call on 3rd down, keeping the ball on the ground. You see so often these defenses, Mike, on 3rd down, they bring out more defensive backs, they bring out some smaller bodies. They're anticipating 3rd down pass. There's a lot of opportunities to take advantage of it with 3rd down.
And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
2nd and 2 at the 41-yard line.
So we are through one here on Sunday Night Primetime. It's the Seahawks with the early lead. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. Eagles in possession to start the 2nd quarter. They've got it 2nd down and 2. Now Barkley. Oh, Barkley has fumbled. The Seahawks scoop it up.
So the biggest thing that stands out here, Mike, is the fact that the defense just continues to pursue the ball. Every defense focuses on get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible, because if the guy in front of you, he misses the tackle or he falls down, you have to be there to make up for it. And the pursuit to the ball is not only how they're able to get him down, it's ultimately how they're able to take the ball away.
65, Kevin Byron. Let's go.
Now Milroe on first down. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down. Out of the gun, it's Milroe. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Hit him comfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down.
To go.
Mustang 19.
From the gun, it's Milroe. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Jalen Carter, he's in there to drop him, and it leads to fourth downs. This returnable from inside is on 40. And what a return. He sets up the offense inside the red zone.
At the Seahawks' 19-yard line.
Higgins sent in motion. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. The RPO, that one is complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Higgins sent in motion. Go right back to Musgrave. He's got it again. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down. They are set up with first and goal.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. First down and goal. In motion goes Likely. Putting one of their tight ends in motion left. Saquon. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up second and goal.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
That's hauled in at the 2. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Brings up third and goal.
Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. And he will not get in. The defense stands their ground, pushes him back, and they force fourth down.
I give that defense all the credit in the world there, Mike. And offensively, you find yourself first and goal from the 1. You have to find a way to get that last yard and put the ball in the end zone. There's no excuses to miss a touchdown here.
From the 2, they're going to go for it here. It is fourth and goal. Now this time he'll set up to throw. And this will pay off. It is caught. T. Higgins. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Extra point try forthcoming. It's up and through. And the Eagles get back in it. It is 21-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. First carry now for Kenneth Walker. Trying to find someplace to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
I'm the rookie and the vet. Shout out to the
2nd and 11.
19 Lions. Let's go now. 70 Lions.
To the air, it's Milrow. Oh, a teardrop throw there off his back foot. It's complete. That'll change things. Out of bounds inside the 35. A big play for Seattle. 45 yards.
I just want to rock. Body, Shorty got that body, no time, set up. You won't kill my vibe. Stand on my money, don't know my side.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Come on. Hit. Viking, 8, 6, Hawk, 70, Hawk.
Milrow will look to run it himself. And he'll force his way forward, maybe a yard. 2nd down coming up.
They went to the designed quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
Now it's Milrow. High throw over the middle. That's taken in. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
This taken at the 5. Kicking team right there, stopping him before he can get to the 15-yard line.
At their own 14-yard line.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. Short, complete to Likely. And he'll be driven out of bounds, and that's a pickup of 8.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
He'll drop to throw. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 39-yard line. Taking advantage of that running ability. Gain of 17 and a first down.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeouts. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete, but the pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
They'll look to throw yet again. A pass caught by Saquon. And he's going to be out of bounds right around midfield. His second grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Philadelphia.
To the air one more time. And for the third time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by Israel McConnell. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
On first down, it's Milroe.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
2nd and a yard.
Ready? Bronco, let's go!
The run up the middle, it's Walker. And he'll lose yardage here. The defense standing strong in the red zone. They drop him back at the 10.
It's now 3rd down.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
And that is incomplete.
Well, here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
70 Rex, Victoria, 70. Cowboy 80.
They're going on 4th down. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And the Eagles recover the football. Any turnover down here hurts, Greg. These feel even worse because you have the reception. Looks like you're going to gain yardage. And then the fumble and the turnover, the defense takes the ball.
And they got exactly what they wanted out of the pass play, Mike. They're able to make the completion, but now as the ball carrier, you cannot be thinking, oh, I have to score, get it in the end zone. You still have to protect the ball. He doesn't. The ball gets knocked free, and the defense creates a huge turnover.
Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here. Clock says 25 seconds till halftime. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Now they'll set up to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Good work. The defender bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
And really what stands out to me the most in this first half, Mike, is just there's very little separation among these receivers downfield. The quarterback has to throw into a lot of tight windows, contested catches, and they continue to do a nice job separating the ball from the man.
He'll try and throw for it on 3rd and 1. He's going to take a shot down the field. Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And these are the throws that are really holding the offense back right now, Mike. He just has to make better decisions because you're not going to win many games when you turn the ball over at this rate.
They'll throw on 1st down with Milroe. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. And with just 4 seconds left of the first half, a timeout is called. Well, here's the chance to cap off a great half. They have it 1st and goal.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Panther 11, Panther 11. Ready?
Throwing is Milroe. That's to the end zone and is batted away. It is incomplete.
A bit of a risky throw here in the end zone, Mike, and those windows down here tight, they close so much faster in this part of the field. By the time he let it go, the defender was already in position and was able to make a play on the ball.
Line of scrimmage remains the 4-yard line. It's 2nd and goal.
Here we go. 18 Rattler, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. I got it. Go.
Now Milroe. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Touchdown Seahawks. It's his 3rd touchdown catch this year.
And that's a bit of a gamble, but I really like the aggressive play call. Understand it here before the half. We don't want 3. We're trying to come away with 6, and he forgoes the field goal try. They take a shot in the end zone, and they come away with a touchdown.
So, 1 half in the books. 2nd half coming up. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The 3rd quarter is underway. He fields it at the 8. A good return as he takes it across the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game. Like, we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
2nd and 10.
Let's go now. 19.
Man in motion, heading left. Back to the air once more on 2nd down. As he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted you're not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Two incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to third down and 10. He'll look to throw. Oh, for the fifth time, he is intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen.
Well, Mike, I think it's pretty clear what the message was by this head coach at halftime. He said, listen, guys, we're behind. We're trailing. We're going to come out early in this second half and be aggressive from the get-go and cut into this deficit. But oftentimes, reckless decision-making, over-aggressive play calling leads to turnovers. Now, this defense finds themselves heading back out onto the field a little earlier than expected, but they need to hold serve and keep this score right where it is.
And they finally catch up with him, but it's a big play, taking it into the red zone. So a big one there to start the drive. 35 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
And that is Hunt in the end zone. He's in. George Dickens. Touchdown, Seattle. Here's Bates for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Seahawks will add one more onto their big lead.
Eagles 7.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. A safe kick taken at the 5. Get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
To throw here to begin the drive. Catch left side is made by Higgins. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Brings up second and 3 at the 29-yard line.
From 29, here's second and 3. Slot man in motion right. Back to throw. He's got his tight end likely downfield. They get 14 on that hookup. Good for an Eagles first down.
For an Eagles first down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. They're going to work this down inside the 45. That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another first down.
First down. A gain of 13 yards. First down, Eagles.
On the RPO, it's a throw, and it's Higgins. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9 yards.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield, even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. They'll run it here with Saquon.
Great job here defensively, Mike. Make them snap the ball again. Second and 1, they're not conceding anything. Make it third and 1, and see if your defense can come up again with a stop for no gain.
Don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. They'll try to run here with Barkley. And he will score! Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles. Well, they get on the board. That pads the individual stats. Makes mom and dad happy, but Greg, we have seen stranger things. You never know.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing right now, Mike, aside from the scoreboard, oftentimes in the NFL, you learn more about your team in moments like this than you do when everything's going well. So I think this coach is paying real close attention to which one of his guys are going to continue to fight.
This going to be returned from right around the goal line. And that's well done by the kicking team. He's only able to make it past the 15-yard line.
Okay, ready? Panther 11, Panther 65 cat, 65 cat. Check. Bronco 80. Ready,
Now Milrow on first down. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. It was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Checks, Matt. Ready? Viking 18.
Out of the gun. It's Milrow. That's complete to the rookie. First-round pick. Number 15 gets 15 yards out of that one. And he's got his team a first down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he will score again. Touchdown Seahawks. And it's 3 touchdowns in this one. And he's up to 11 on the season. Bates, good with the extra point. And the Seahawks add on to their already sizable lead. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. And they smacked him down there. Big hit right at the line. No gain.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
He'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And he is not going to get away. Might have got the yard, but it will set up 3rd down.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
They'll look to throw. And he's going to have a first down as he's taken down on what is the final play of this third quarter. Fourth quarter starts, and it's a run to Barkley. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be second down.
At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's second and a couple. On the ground, this is Barkley. And he's going to have a first down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. A quick throw out wide, caught left side. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
A gain there of 23 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
It's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
So they move inside the 20, first and 10 at the 18. Higgins sent in motion. Now this one, the ball comes out. The Seahawks scoop it up. Past midfield. Inside the 30. Well, they come up with a turnover on defense. The quarterback choosing to keep it, and the defense choosing to take it away.
Mike, anytime a quarterback turns into a runner, the defense loves it. They want to take a shot at him. They want to take a shot at the ball, and that's exactly what they were able to do here. Force the fumble, get the ball back. Great job there by the defense.
Ready?
On first and 10, here comes Walker. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
From the 20, here's second and 7.
Let's go now. Go.
Milrow. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. To the pylon, he's in. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Seattle. Bates now for the extra point. He gets it to go. And the Seahawks stretch things out even further.
Seahawks 56. Eagles
So
14.
after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the 5. We'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop.
At their own 21-yard line.
This drive starts at the 21. It's first and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's caught. It's Lambert Smith. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. An even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive.
And this completion certainly won't be changing the outcome of the game by any means, but I do think there is something to be said for teams that continue to fight. They continue to try to at least finish this game and have something to build off of going into next week.
To the tight end, likely. And he's out of bounds on the pass play, so that's good for 8 yards.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Just shy of midfield. Here's second down. He'll drop to throw. Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a first down.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately his passing game here today, Mike, and I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
The offense staying out there for this fourth down. Blitz coming, he'll throw it. That's taken in, and he's not going to get away. They got him right down after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on down.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. Nice job pushing through the would-be tackler. Gain of about 3. Second down.
At the 42-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. They face second down and 7. Ready. We'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They count. Take him down behind the line.
Tackle made back in the
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
Ready?
From the gun, it's Milrow. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And they will finally run him down. A big play for Seattle. 38 yards.
Pretty easy to see why he continues to be a main focal point for this offense throughout the entire game. That play not only extends the drive, but now they find themselves in plus territory and hope to come away with some points.
They'll run here with Walker. And he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts. But this one is about done.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Second down, 8 yards to go.
Ready? 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
So it's a win here for the Seahawks. They got out of the gates hot, ran out to the big first quarter lead, did not look back as they cruise in this one.